Would you please welcome to the stage Alexandra Wilson.
Hi, everybody. I work for a place called Ken Anderson Alliance, where our mission is to help adults live, work, and engage. In our music-based programming, we help individuals connect to their community through music. We know that about 1 in 4 adults have a disability, and that adults with disabilities are about 5 times as likely as other adults to experience frequent mental distress. So what we see with this population is that diagnoses interact with societal barriers, such as, for example, an individual with sensory sensitivities. Walking into even a grocery store can be overwhelming, and community members might not understand why that person is suddenly distressed. One of our amazing participants at KAA is Daniel. He grew up drumming in church, and when he came to us, he had really lost his sense of community because he didn't have a place to play music. Now, Daniel is a community musician at KAA. He plays drum set in a band called The Seasons, and he goes out into the community to meet different artists. Daniel's role as a community musician has given him purpose and confidence. He even designed a band logo, collaborating with some artists and friends, and shares those buttons that he's created with the logo to promote his band. He's often thoughtful and introverted, but when he sees other drummers he's played at concerts, he lights right up and greets them, which is kind of out of the norm for him. So just really awesome how music can help us get out of our shell. Music does this work because it lights up all the different parts of our brain. It's multisensory. As well, it helps us regulate. Even if you don't think you have rhythm, rhythm helps us regulate. For example, I know you all know what to do when I go. And stop. You might recognize that pattern, of course. As well, music helps us learn and works with the brain's natural plasticity. Many of us learned our ABCs, times tables, and other important lessons through music. But as well, music just has that something else. I always say music is a universal phenomenon, not a universal language, because it connects to our culture, our individuality. As a music therapist, I've learned to use client-preferred music, encouraging everyone to have agency within the group, really just getting everyone motivated to get involved. As well, I've learned to be flexible. We make adaptations such as color coding instruments and using different adaptive tools to make music playing more accessible. As well, we always encourage collaboration. Music therapy is more often than not an active process where we develop an alliance with our clients to stimulate growth. Finally, calming music doesn't mean just one thing. We try to meet someone where they're at rather than just playing something that's labeled as calming music. So if you're anxious, play something quick and gradually slow it down. Music therapy can be useful in lots of different settings, such as mental health and assisted living. It can help people regulate their emotion and ground them back to reality. As well, music therapy is a related service in the IDEA Act. So it can be an important part of children's learning in their least restrictive environment. As well, we know that children learn through play, of course. And then finally, in healthcare settings, music, as I said, can kind of help us regulate our vitals, such as breathing rate, heart rate, blood pressure, and bring a sense of normalcy into an abnormal situation. I'm Alexandra. Thanks so much for listening to me about music therapy, and I'd love to connect with you. Thank you.